Welcome to the lab. I know I keep calling it that, and I've wrestled with that before, that it doesn't really feel like a lab at this point. But I can't come up with a synonym or a close facsimile that fits either. So, I don't know. I'll stick with this for now. Who knows? Maybe in another month or so I'll come up with something that's more appropriate. Welcome to the mess. That could be it. Anyway, actually, I kind of like that. Welcome to my mess. This is kind of, I don't know, I've been existing down here a lot more lately, and hoping that just the amount of time that I spend in this space will show me, kind of what I need to be doing, what I want to do, but I still find myself suffering with too many directions I want to go, and too many plans that I need to work on. So, I don't know. We'll see where we get. Today we went to look at boats at a boat show. Not that we were in the market for a boat, but it got us out of the house. That's my biggest struggle, is trying to get the family out of the house by like 10 o'clock on weekends. If we are still sitting here at 12, I really have a hard time leaving. I've got to get out of the house early. I prefer to be out doing stuff, and then we can come home early. We can be home and done by 2 with whatever activities we're doing for the day. But if we're going to be moving out at some point during the day, I'd rather it be first. That's the kind of traveler I am too. I prefer to get up early, go to wherever it is I need to go, and then wait there if I have to. I don't like to wait around in the morning. I've got a flight in 4 this afternoon. I hate that. It drives me crazy. I can't explain why. There's no logical reason why. It's just that's the way I am. I just stumbled upon a video that I'd recorded of our deceased little dog, where I shaved her. She was a miniature schnauzer, and she definitely looked better when she had all of her fur off. She looked like a little rat ball most of the time, but I couldn't convince anybody else in the house to do any of the grooming, and I didn't really want to pay for it. She was not a show dog by any stretch of the imagination, so I ended up doing it myself, and I recorded this one time, and we only lost her during the summer last year. It wasn't even the summer, was it? It was like September, October of last year. She was a high-stress dog, and we live close enough to a military base that regularly does munitions training, so big explosions, and it just would drive her crazy. She was terrified. She was scared all the time, and we let her out back, and apparently it had been too much for her, and she ran off and ended up getting hit by the car. I didn't see it happen. I came back right after. I got back to the house right after. Or what I had done is I let her out so that I could go pick up my daughter and then come back home, and then I would let her back in again. This time she was in the street, and it was very hard for the kids, particularly. It wasn't easy for my wife. It was very hard because we knew that our other dog, who is still alive, but she has a terminal condition, and she could die at any moment. She could bleed out at any moment. She has vascular tumors that, a wrong move or a sudden accident will burst one of those, and she could bleed out, sort of like having an aneurysm pop. And she's old enough that the quality of life after surgery for that sort of thing would have been poor, and the prognosis was that it would have given her 6 months. Well, she's already gotten more than those 6 months and has had a much higher quality of life by not doing anything to her. But I was relying on the little dog being there when she goes, because it would provide a certain amount of comfort. Now we're not going to have a dog when the older dog goes. So that's, I don't know, something that has been kind of eating away at the back of my head. But also, that's one of the barriers that we have right now to progress. Being an old, sick dog, it's very difficult to get the house in a state where we could sell it. We have to replace the floors, and we can't really replace the floors when we know what's going to happen to them because the dog is sick and old. So we're having to push all that off. Now we also have a sick cat who is, 6 months or a year younger than the dog. And she's also, a cause of much concern in the family. So of the 4 inside pets that we have, 2 of them are, short timers, I guess. So yeah, that's been kind of concerning me, and also kind of, there's the inevitability, and the inevitability of having sick pets, and knowing that, there's certain decisions you can't make until their diseases run their course. I don't know. It's making me feel older than I need to be. So, anyway, and we're not the sort of, there are people, and I'm related to some of them, who, when they're tired of an animal, they just have it put down. It's like, oh, well, this dog has become inconvenient and gone. We're not those people. And nor will we ever be, nor do I want to be. If I had the option of being a heartless, uncaring person like that versus a person that cares and finds their progress is limited by the fact they care for some other being, I would choose the lack of progress, Well, anyway, that did not go where I expected it to go, but that's where it's going to be. Catch you later.